So this is the pouch that I'll be showing you how to sew. It's a circle pouch, and I'm going to open this up, and this is on the inside, and this is a size 5 zipper, and the project is all on the Cricut, so let me show you that. Now before I start, I need to just bear in mind that each Cricut is different, and what works for my machine might not necessarily work for your machine. So always test before making any projects, and also don't forget to visit my Cricut page, and the link will be down below in that description. This is the project we are going to be sewing. It's sewing a circle pouch, and this is what it looks like. These two here. So it looks like this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to press Make It here. So I'm going to click on that button, and then you need to make sure that your Cricut machine is actually turned on. And then it's going to bring up all of these parts, and I'll explain what they all are. So this is the external, the pink is the external, and it has a circle, and it also has this part here. So this part is the bottom part of the pouch that wraps around, and the zip goes over the top of it. So that is what this section is here, and this is the external section of the circle pouch. Now in the second one, we also have another second external, because you've got one for the top and one for the bottom. So the blue part here, these are, I will amend this, this is the, oh no it isn't, I know what this part is. So this part here is the internal part of the pouch. This part here, this 1.5 inches, is for a binding strip, and this part here is for the other side of that pouch, and you'll see when we go along. This is probably not going to be enough binding. I will measure the binding when we get to that part, and I will rectify this point here. And then you have another internal circle here, so go ahead and cut everything. Okay, so this is what you should have. You're going to have 2 of your external sections, and you're going to have 2 of your internal sections. You're going to have some Decoville that is bonded to that. So you're going to want to go ahead and bond the Decoville to the external part. Oh, actually, no. Do it to the internal part. Stick that Decoville to the internal part, and then you're going to put them back to back together, and then you are going to quilt some lines down, attaching both fabrics together. So I'm going to show you how to do that with these pieces here. So basically I'm going to get this part here, and with the shiny side, you can clearly see there's a shiny side there, I'm going to press this with an iron. So that is the Decoville attached to the back of my external piece of fabric, and then basically what I'm going to do is take the other piece, line it up, and I'm going to put this into the sewing machine and sew some lines down it. So that should be all your parts complete. So you've got 3 parts now. You're going to need 10 inches of zipper, and this is a number 5 zipper. It kind of just about fits there. So we're going to open this up, and I'm going to attach the pull. So now I'm going to cut this down to 9 1/4. We're going to be working with these 2 sections, and I am going to get the right side, the external side of my pouch. I'm going to put that face down onto that zipper, and I'm going to sew across here. I'm also going to do the same for the other side. So sew that into place. So this is totally optional if you want to, but I'm going to bind both this side here and this side here, just because I don't like any raw edges. So the binding strip is 1.5 inches wide by however long you want to cut it at this point. So I'm basically going to line this up here, and I'm going to take off a little end here. So just like this, there's a little bit of overhang. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch this down here. You're going to cut away all the threads and that, but once that is stitched down like so, you're going to turn it around, you're going to bring in these two side bits here, and then you're going to fold that over in half, and then you'll fold it over again like so. You're obviously going to do it a little bit neater. I'm doing it like this because I'm just on camera right now, and I'll tidy it up. So I'm going to do this side and the other side. Once the binding is put on, you are going to open it out. You're going to lay that flat, and you're going to top stitch this down so it's not popping up and down. Now we're going to find the center of everything. So we're going to fold this in half and fold this in half, and you are going to mark the center here like so, and then you are going to mark the center at the bottom here. You're going to do the same thing on your fabric piece. So you're going to fold it over, you're going to mark the center here and the center on the other side. Then you're going to open it out, and then you're going to line them two bits up. Do it the other way. And then put a center there and a center there. So you're basically going to have 4 markings, and then you'll have 2 markings here. So you are going to want to line up your 2 internal sections. So you've got the both internal sections facing each other, and we're going to do it this way. So we're going to start matching up our markings here. So we're going to get that marking there and match it up to this marking here, like so. And make sure that your internal is facing your other internal section, and then match up the other notches, which is here and here. And then you're just going to go around this circle and start clipping this all into place. So this is what it's going to look like once you are done. So you're going to take this over to the sewing machine, you're going to sew all the way around this pouch. I would recommend just putting your zipper foot. I have a zipper stroke piping foot on, which is a little bit narrower than that regular foot, and it's going to really help me here. The next part is completely up to you, but I really hate raw edging. So this binding strip is 1.5 inches wide by 20.5. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this binding down, and I'm going to sew it all the way around my pouch. I sewed a little bit past the other end, and then I cut the strip off, and then basically you're going to fold this over and then fold it over again. It's a little tricky to do it on camera, but it's going to kind of look like that, and you're going to stitch that all the way down. Once you've sewn it, it's a very good idea just to go around and just to double check that you haven't missed anything. And I have a little space there, so I'm just going to go back and go turn it right sides out, and I'm going to go and catch that back down again. Once it's done, it's going to look like this. So now we need to do the other side. Now about the other side, you're going to keep this open because you don't want it shut, because you're going to end up sewing everything shut. Now just make sure that you're doing everything at the right sides. Oh, and don't forget to mark. So we're going to have to mark this again. So we're doing here, here, get these two. So I did both my markings here and here, but if you forgot to do that other side, don't worry, just do this and that'll be your centres. So then you're going to do the same thing. You are going to match these markings up together and just make sure that your external is facing the right way round, and then just underclip all the way around so nothing moves on us. So I'm just going to show you a bit of a comparison here. See how nicer it looks with the binding than if you don't do it with the binding. Like, it looks really scruffy, and then this looks a bit more neater and more professional looking. So I'd highly recommend that if you haven't tried binding, this is the time to try binding a pouch. So I'm going to go ahead and bind this. I love these fabrics so much together. So this is both parts of my binding all sewn into place, and then we can turn everything right sides out. And here we go. Here is the pouch all made. So you might have to just go through and just push everything into place, and here we go. So if you've enjoyed watching this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have over 500 sewing and quilting tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video. I think it's day 8 we're on next. I'm losing track. Thanks, bye.